What's up, my crypto legends? In this episode, we are talking about the price of Bitcoin, of course. We are just about to hit the confirmation resistance zone that if we do break in between today and tomorrow, Bitcoin is going to rocket to all-time highs in the next coming days. So make sure to stay tuned in this episode. I'm going to explain in detail what you need to know about this massive resistance to get that breakout. We're also talking about the amount of liquidity that is sitting above all-time high, which is billions of dollars. These are people that are shorting the market and very likely going to get liquidated in the next coming days. Of course, we are going to talk about the bearish case scenario and some very interesting news going on after the halving. The expense for Bitcoin mining has gone through the roof, and this means that Bitcoin price is very, very cheap at this moment. Let's dive in right away here into the content, guys, because what I want to explain here with the possible scenario that could happen in the next coming days is just absolutely incredible. It's that bump and run pattern, of course. Now, this is in confluence with a big major level of resistance. Before we go through this, I want to let you know that on Bybit, where I trade, they have an incredible discount for fees. Now, this is the best crypto trading platform in my personal opinion. Now, if you cannot trade on Bybit based on KYC or restrictions, there is 𝗬cie as well. You have an incredible bonus of $20,000, and just with an email and a password, you can start trading in no time. Let's go right away through this scenario, guys. Technical analysis, keeping it extremely easy and simple. And just want to let you know that there's no exact science, okay, for the technical analysis, that if it's going to play out with 100% accuracy. I just want to let you know that the high probability that there is breaking above this resistance to get continuation to the upside is just massive. So let's just go through this scenario. I would just be leaving a picture of this bump and run pattern here so you can see it, all right? Let me just get this out of the way, because I want to go through here in detail what you need to know. The bump and run pattern, as soon as you break this lower high resistance trend line with a huge amount of volume, and we're going to very likely see this in the next 1 to 2 days, we might get a pretty decent pullback. Then overall, this is just going to take a few more days to play out. Now, if we do get that breakout, say in between today and tomorrow, we need to get the breakout above the highest volume node from the last 6 weeks, okay? We're taking a look at the price action since March, okay, here from this massive range. Let me just get the fixed volume profile since the last week of February, okay? We can see the 28th of February here. Now, from March all the way till April, okay, around about 6-7 weeks here of price action, the highest volume node is sitting here at $67,000. So it is extremely important that we need to break up this high volume node. This high volume node is in confluence in the next 1 to 2 days with the lower high resistance trend line from this bump and run phase. We got the bump phase here that happened on the 14th, okay, 13th to 14th of April. Sideways momentum. We are just facing this resistance right now. So in the next coming days, we do get that breakout. That would be the confirmation. I'm not saying that this pattern is going to happen, okay, with 100% probability. This means that if we do get the breakout, I am telling you that there's extreme high probability that the price will be hitting all-time high in a matter of just a few days, okay? So super important, if you do want to trade this, what you are looking for here is the breakout from the point of control of the entire range of March and April and get a huge amount of volume on that breakout. That would be the confirmation that if you do retrace all the way down here, the probabilities in forming a higher low is just very, very high. You want that retracement, of course, to the point of control, maybe slightly beneath it. Look for that resistance support flip from lower highs. And then we are looking for much higher levels in the next coming days, even hitting all-time high. Why all-time high? Well, of course, on higher time frames, we've been mentioning this during the last few days. The possibility, looking at Elliott wave theory here, of this being a flat ABC, okay, a regular flat ABC that is finishing right there, is very, very high. Now, the bearish case scenario of this flat, meaning that this has not finished, the C wave has not finished, being this a 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave. We are inside of the 4th wave still, and we're going to create a 5th wave. I think the probabilities are very, very low. However, could this be the case? I'm going to say there's a very low probability, but what if we do start dropping very aggressively here? We just need to take into consideration that we could take these lows once more. However, this would be the golden opportunity to get into a swing long position. If you're not in a swing long position from all the way down here at the $60,000, $61,000 range, then that would give you another opportunity. This is very likely to be a corrective structure. This will not be impulsive to the downside, but what we do want to see is the price testing these lows. Say that we just start dropping very aggressively and we test the lows. What we want to see is a failed auction swing failure pattern, very similar to what happened a few days ago, where you're testing the lows and you're just getting a massive big bounce. So if we come down to test the lows and we continue to maintain the price action beneath the lows, what we want to see is the price action getting above that level, and then we got a failed auction. Beautiful for a swing long position, very chilled. That is going to take several days, even 1 to 2 weeks, till we actually hit all-time highs. Okay, that would be kind of the lower time frame bearish case scenario that we start dropping there in the coming days, which I think is, unlikely. So if we do get that drop, a major level of support on the lower time frames is the value area low of this entire range. Okay, we're going to give a bit of room because of the price action that we've just formed during the last few days. So we've got, value area low of the entire range, around about $63,400. If we do get that pullback in the next coming hours between today and tomorrow, we are looking for those double bottoms here, price to consolidate, bullish CVD divergence as well, very important. You want lower lows on CVD, higher lows on the price action, and looking for those local double bottoms, all right, on the 5-minute, 15-minute time frame to look for the long position, because in my personal opinion, we are likely going to get that bullish breakout in the next coming days, guys. With the retracement or without the retracement, probabilities are breaking here to the upside. We've got that massive liquidity, billions of dollars of short liquidations sitting above $71,000, even $73,000, okay? Billions of short liquidations that are very likely going to be swept up in the next coming days. All right, taking a look at some news here, very important about the Bitcoin halving. Most of the people think that there's just less Bitcoin to be mined, exactly half from basically a few days ago. And not only that happens, of course, the electricity cost goes through the roof, of course, for the miners. Bitcoin electrical cost is now a whopping $77.4K. Bitcoin miner price hit $244K on Saturday. This is the block reward plus fees per Bitcoin mined. It boomed as transaction fees hit $230 plus, about a 4x the prior all-time high of $68 in 2021. So the fees, the electrical cost is just going through the roof right now. And this means that Bitcoin is at a discount. There's big correlation with electrical cost on mining Bitcoin and the price action, right? And there is just a few scenarios that are going to happen in the next coming weeks and months. Price skyrockets, okay, which is pretty obvious. This is nothing different, and this is something that is just very likely to happen, that price action starts going up very aggressively as the cost of mining per Bitcoin has just gone through the roof, obviously, after the halving right now. Minus 15% of the miners shut down. And the whole reason of this is because other miners cannot keep up. Some miners are using old machines from years ago, and they are just not effective right now. So all of those miners that have invested their money in buying much more advanced machines, they're obviously going to survive. And the rest of the miners that are using old machines, right, they're just going to have to shut down because the cost has just gone through the roof and it's not profitable for them to mine. And transaction fees remain a lot higher on average, which is just likely to happen. So he's saying that the Bitcoin days under $100,000 are numbered, and we all know that. So something to take into consideration, the Bitcoin halving is just not, there's just going to be less Bitcoin mined every single day. It's the electricity cost goes through the roof for the miners. We got Bitcoin right now hitting a $1.27 trillion market cap, flipping Meta, Facebook, right? Which is pretty crazy. We're going to see silver flip very, very soon. We just around under $400 billion under silver. This is likely to happen in between 2024 and 2025. And that is going to be historical, right? Where Bitcoin starts flipping silver in market capitalization. And I think this could be a really strong sign of mass adoption. Imagine the big players, institutions, realizing that Bitcoin market cap is much higher than silver. Since Friday halving, Bitcoin now has a higher stock to flow than gold. Supply of Bitcoin cut in half on Friday, meaning that gold right now is more inflationary than Bitcoin, which is absolutely crazy. So yeah, like someone says here, there is no second best. It seems like Bitcoin is harder right now, harder money, right, than gold. Guys, thank you very much for joining today's episode. Make sure to stay safe. Subscribe to the channel for a live stream afterwards. Check out my Bybit tutorial to learn how to trade on that platform. And I will see you in the next one.